Hi, my name is Dave Foreman. I'm one of the lead developers here at Clarity Creative Group. We absolutely have a place in our heart for chiropractors, not only from positive experiences, but just generally knowing just the benefits of what they do. We wanted to discuss really about Google My Business or Google Business Profile, as in 2022 they decide to call it. So in this video here, we're just going to kind of give you general tips and tricks for Google My Business or Google Business Profile, however you want to call it, GBP, and just want to walk you guys through what it is and how it works. Now, what is Google Business Profile? How is this different from search? It's in Google. It's a question we get all the time. So when you're looking and you do a search, in this case, I'm searching for a chiropractor, and the first thing you see is an ad, which happens from time to time. And then underneath that is a map. This map and all these listings that you see here are tied in with a GBP, Google Business Profile, that you set up separately from your search results. The search results then show up usually underneath it, where you get, your Wikipedia and possibly, your local listings that kind of come with it. So in this instance, the reason why Google Business Profile is so important, as something that we lean on for our clients, is the visibility. Yes, it's important to show up in search everywhere, but the map being that usually shows up above a lot of other places, it's a great opportunity to get eyes on yours. So that's what Google Business Profile is. Now, in order to do anything with it, it's really simple. Once you're in a account, if you have a listing and you're not an owner of it, there usually is a button that says own this business. Once you do so, it will make your life easy, because then you'll be able to edit it, make changes, add photos, reply to reviews, and do everything that you need to do. So in this instance, I'm going to just pull up ours. And usually when you go into your Google Business Profile, you can edit it within the search, which is nice. It changed from how it was about 6 months ago, but this is the new kind of view going forward. So in there, you'll edit your profile, and there's a few things that we really recommend updating and paying attention to. So under business category, you have what's known as a primary category and additional categories. A big ranking factor that people have found is that the primary category drives a lot of what you're going to show up for. So I'll use an example that if you are a chiropractor, chances are you want to show up under the main primary category of chiropractor. If you do acupuncture or medical massage, those might be additional categories if your main business type is chiropractor. So that should be your primary. You're welcome to put that you do medical massage, maybe you do weight loss chiropractic, maybe you do some other things that Google has categories for. Go ahead and put those in there for additional categories, but your primary category is going to be your big driver. So if you're like an insurance company, maybe you want auto insurance to be what you show up mainly for over home insurance. If you put auto as your primary, you're going to get more visibility on that. The same thing would be like if you're a plumber slash AC company. If you know it's in the summer of Florida, you probably want your AC company to show up, that you could set that as your primary category. The good news is you can change this pretty much at any time, but when you do, it usually drives the majority of your views based on your category. So that's going to be your primary business category. Is important. There's a description. It's good to fill it out. Know that Google does not use any text in this to help you rank, but it's just helpful in terms of all the information that you can provide. Obviously include phone number, have a website in there. Short names might exist, might not under some user types. So don't be surprised if you see fields here that you don't see. Then there's obviously where you are on the map, your hours. That's important because obviously you want people to show up at certain times, and that it'll show when you're open and closed. And that way people just have a better idea. Setting it for 24 hours, yes, tells people that you're open, but can give people the wrong impression about your visibility. So make sure you're accurate there. It does help. And at times that can get updated by Google over time. As you can scroll down, there's other things that you can add. You could add if you're Asian owned, Black owned, Latino. All those things are just helpful for Google to show. Do you have a restroom? Do you have amenities? And each one of these might be different depending on your main category. We are using a profile that's under website design. That's just a quick example. But so you might have different options depending on what you're looking for. And they change from time to time. So every couple months, you might want to go in also and just double check things. Now, why is it important to fill this out? So when you're looking at, let's say, your business information, there's things like your profile gets more and more full, right? So the more and more you fill out, it just kind of helps in terms of how people see things, right? So you could add products, you could add Q&As, you could add reviews. Here's your description, here's posts. These are all things that you can do as a user within your Google My Business profile that just gives you extra visibility. And these kind of visibility things don't necessarily are like full on ranking factors like, oh man, if I do 20 posts about chiropractor, I'm going to definitely show up for chiropractic. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. But these are what's known as like justifications. And justifications show up under, let's say, like you search for a chiropractor with lower back, there's a justification that shows up that somebody mentioned that their daughter was experiencing lower back pain. That's a review and is a justification to help show up information of a search. Same thing with medical massage. I search for it and it mentions people that have, obviously services that are tied in with massage. Now, medical massage might not show up, but again, it's going to be helpful that you're filling out your products, your services, and your posts. So those are located here. So there's and products and services are going to probably be for a chiropractor similar. So it's going to be probably the things that you do. So it might be medical massage, might be lower back adjustments, it might be treatment plans, it might be all the things, similar products and services that you do. These are probably going to be the same thing. When you do it, they normally get added in from your primary category with additional things that are tied into it. So all the things that you can do that goes with it. Products are a little bit more detailed. You'll normally put in what you do and some information about it. So under like here, I have my product name, the category I want it under, if you have a price range you want to do, and a little description with a link back to the service or product that you have, and then you can go ahead and publish it. So those are our products. And then there's something called posts. Posts are these kind of updates that you can put that are similar to kind of like almost like a social media kind of visibility, but should be very sales oriented. So when you're on here, you're really going to promote like, things that are going on. So in this instance, you could put a description, you could put a button, or a line or anything like that. And then you can go ahead and post it. Also up here, there are the abilities for you to set up updates as well here. And here as well allows you to do the update and allows you to do what's known as an offer. So if let's say you do free consultations or free x-rays or some other thing that maybe you're having a deal for veterans, you can put that in as an offer. It gives you a start date, end date. We always suggest setting one of these up once a month. That goes through the entire month. You might have it go for a week or whatever that you're the offer is, but at all times you probably should have some sort of offer, as Google tends to show these higher up and with more frequency. The other thing that you can do to help to kind of give yourself some more visibility are adding insurances. And when you are a chiropractor, because you could accept insurance, it should give you the option to add carriers. So if and again, the list is going to be very long, that you take United Healthcare, you might go into United Healthcare and then decide which plans of United Healthcare you take, and whichever ones you do, you can go ahead and check the box. And then at that point, gives Google more information. So when people are searching for a certain type of insurance, Google has a better chance of showing your location for it. So insurance is kind of a important step that just takes some time as you kind of dig into it. The other side of your business will be probably your photos, right? Your photos are probably a representation of your business. So as an example, your photos might include an adjustment table, your waiting room, the doctor, an X-ray, right? These are those expectations that Google has of your spot. These do not need to be professionally taken. They could be taken with an iPhone, an Android phone. If your phone's from the last 5, 10 years, it has the quality enough that it's going to look good. And you can take pictures throughout your day. It doesn't have to be necessarily of patients. It can be of the space and how people interact with things, right? It should feel medical to kind of help Google understand as a chiropractor what you do and how you do things. But if somebody was to look at these photos, would they know what they're walking into? And then when they get there, how accurate are these photos to their experience? If they're updated and they're taken pretty regularly, at that point people will visit and see them. You could upload hundreds of photos. Just know that Google will serve the best one for you. So you don't have to necessarily, you can pin one as your kind of cover photo, but you can just kind of upload a plethora of photos. And at some point, Google might choose to show certain ones. And that's why it's good to have variety, right? Because if somebody searches me for chiropractor with X-ray, they might serve up the photo of the X-ray because they know what that is and they have kind of all that knowledge to kind of help people kind of see that the chiropractor has what the person's looking for. The other thing that you can do to really kind of fill out your profile are Q&As and reviews. Q&As can be actual questions that people do ask, and it's just important to have a visibility in to know to look at and answer if ones do come in. At this time, Google is okay that you're able to ask the questions yourself. So us here at Clarity Creative Group, we actually ask questions for and on behalf of clients that we put into Google My Business and then pre-answer them right away. Sometimes do clients also answer these questions, but it could be stuff about your locations. Can they book online? Again, help them out. And sometimes clients will answer these also on our behalf, which only just helps with a little bit of social proof of what we're doing. But as long as you're logged into your account, when you answer a question, it will tag it as the owner. And so even when you ask the question, nobody sees who's asking it. So it wouldn't be from the same account, but maybe a friend or maybe an employee could ask the question on your behalf and then you answer it. And that's how we do it, to just kind of help give visibility there. And then last but not least, reviews. Reviews are important. Usually we say get at least more than 10. And then from there, try to get a good amount more than what your or similar to what your competitors have, right? If your competitors have 30, you probably want to get somewhere around there. There have been studies that say at some point there is a certain number of reviews that you're going to get that doesn't really necessarily move the needle very much, but getting them can be tough. So asking more and more and more is important. And then just know that sometimes a negative review might come in, and it every instance we always say respond to positive, respond to negative. Again, this is from the owner and or an employee of. So again, it could be thanking them, even if it's positive. Thank. They get a ping that says you thanked them. So it's just helpful that way. And if there is a bad service moment, sometimes things are out of control. Definitely those moments that you can take a moment, apologize, and show that you have empathy and care goes a long way in this business. So that's your Google My Business profile. Lots to see, lots to do, but spending a little bit of time kind of making sure your profile is kind of up to speed just kind of allows you to have a more thorough, more kind of put together visibility that, as you can see, shows up top of the search. And who doesn't want to be there?